Jasmine, and this is our Get to Know a Scientist video series, and I'm here with Maxime.
Hi, Jasmine. Hello, everyone.
Hi, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you do here at Simulations Plus?
So I'm a pharmacist by training. I joined the company a bit more than 3 years ago. I'm in the regulatory group where we help clients in their projects to make sure they have faster drug on the market and higher chance to be approved by authorities around the world.
Nice. What do you like most about your role, or why did you choose this field?
Pharmacokinetics or the company?
No, yeah, pharmacokinetics.
It was completely random, honestly. I was in the pharmacy school, and it was the only class where I was actually good. It was the only class that I really enjoyed. And I went to pharmacometrics because at the end of the day, and especially PPK, was the only field where I felt I would use like everything I've learned during the pharmacy school, because it goes all the way from genetic, chemistry, physics, physiology. Mm-hmm. Learning like 6 years of classes in France for all of that, and at the end not using any of it to do like quality insurance and so on was not my thing. And I always felt pharmacometrics and pharmacokinetics was a nice place to seek out, do everything and enjoy.
Follow-up question. Why did you choose Simulations Plus versus other companies that might do similar stuff in the field?
When I've worked with simulation in the past during my time at the FDA, I always liked the scientifically driven community within the company. I've interacted with a bunch of companies during my time at the FDA that were working in the field of developing software and so on. And I always appreciated the way Simulation Plus was always scientifically driven. Doesn't matter how long it takes, doesn't matter if we need like 2 more months to make it right. It was always science has to be there. We have to perform. We have to validate. I also always had a great time with the people when I've met you before in conferences, meeting John, meeting Vera, Mike. So it was a no-brainer when I had an opportunity to join. It was just like coming basically with like a group of colleagues to another group of colleagues.
What do you love about working here at Simulations Plus?
The people. I mean, that's a very basic answer, but it's really the people. Like, I love interacting with you from a marketing group. Like, we have discussions sometimes. The education group, like working with all of the trainers, making sure that we give like up-to-date trainings to all of our users and new users. Working with some clients, you're always amazed by the kind of new questions can arise. Every day is different. I like having like that opportunity to starting my day with a group in India talking about generics, and then a group in Europe talking about TDI, and finishing with you folks because you're on the West Coast talking about marketing and not science, which is great sometimes. Really, the diversity is the best.
Nice. What do you find most rewarding about your job?
So personally, what I find the most rewarding is when we get the reward like from the scientific community. So when we have a new project and we can make a publication or a poster and it's accepted by the scientific community, I think it shows a lot about how the PPK field has evolved. So that probably is when we see the regulatory authorities putting new guidances on PPK. It really shows that all of the work has been done by Simulation Plus over the last 20 plus years, and the work by the whole PPK community has done. It's increasing and it's going to have an impact, and we need that impact at the end of the day. So,
can you pinpoint one specific proudest accomplishment working here?
Working here, I mean, if I'm kind of egoist here, I think it's getting the FDA grant on the ocular PPK models. Because I know it's a huge issue in the US with the ophthalmic drugs that are not accessible, and we are so close of having the tool to be able to encourage and facilitate development of ophthalmic drugs. So in 5 years down the road, when the first drug is going to be approved based on our tools, that's going to be the next biggest achievement. But having that grant, which is like the next step to go there, was for me like my kind of my best day here.
Congratulations. Would you say that's what inspires or motivates you here at work?
Yeah, probably the most, because modeling is modeling, it's fun, but it's really when you see like how model is applied not just by us, but by the industry and the whole PBK community as a whole. And most important, like what we know it will be able to do soon. Like I think this is the biggest drive that we should not have is it's like modeling is fun, it's geeky in a way, but it's changing. Like we are going from like the geeky world, people behind computers, to real users and real applications that it has started like in the 2000s and it's just skyrocketing now. We have like so many new opportunities all the time. So it's great for that.
On that, where do you see the future of modeling and simulation sciences going?
Very transversal. I think we are at that crossroad of being technical, but at the same time being like good communicators, because we are a very niche world still. I mean, I always try to explain my work to my moms and dad, and they're like, yeah, sure. And I think this is probably like where we need to be better in the future, like trying to better explain, better communicate, better convince that not only the model works, but it can just save you a lot of time in your development process. And it's in a way also sometimes safer than some studies that don't give you the right information. So modeling can help you to get what you really need for your work.
As an avid speaker at conferences, how popular are products on a global scale?
I've always heard good comments. I've heard people like talking about our products, using them, giving us like feedbacks on how they've been perceived, on their daily routine, like internally, but also externally when they seek out like regulatory advice or regulatory decisions. So I always receive very good feedbacks on that part.
How was your experience with the FDA transferred over to Simulations Plus?
Definitely a very different experience because I came from the FDA, which is like 25,000 people, huge group, lot of like very hierarchy, systems, SOP. And when I joined the Simulation Plus, like in 2018, it was still, I mean, we are getting more structure this time, but we still have that, like, we are a small group, we have 50 people on the Hollywood division, and we don't have that same level of hierarchy. We can reach out to our chief scientists, we can call them, we have everybody available all the time, based on the time difference, of course. But I think going from like a very large system, corporation, to like a very small group of people that all like scientific driven is probably the biggest change. And it was very nice.
What has been your favorite project to work on?
I'm going to go back to the ocular because this is a project I started during my FDA years. Nice. So I've been on this FDA, on this ocular PBK models for the last 5 or 6 years now. So.
Is this something you're still currently working on?
Yeah. We are still working on that. Probably for a few more years until the model is fully ready, but it's already ready. They're already doing a great job. We just need to make a little improvements here and there.